Alrighty guys, we got a lot to break down in this video, so let's just dive right into it. We have to break down Tesla, Twitter, the stock market, what I'm doing in the markets, and of course my game plan for this upcoming week. So before we do that, you got to get your free money, 10 stocks from Moomoo and your 6 stocks from Webull, link down below, and let's just dive right into the video. So on Friday, I did not make a video, and I guess it was a pretty good day not to make a video because the markets were boring. You guys can see the Russell closed pretty much at break even, the NASDAQ went up 0.1%, the S&P went down 0.1%, and we had the Dow down 0.1% as well. So it was a very boring day in the markets on Friday, and we had the VIX come down a big, well, maybe not a big amount, but the VIX came down 5.5% on Friday, and let's pull that chart up a second, guys. Wow, look at that. VIX is now in the mid-20s, which you guys can see last time it got to the mid-20s. That was in the beginning of June, on the 8th of June. Well, we ripped all the way back to the mid-30s a couple days after. So am I saying that's going to happen again? Not necessarily, but keep in mind how the VIX has gone to the mid-20s multiple times since the end of April. That's almost 3 months ago at this point. And each time we've gotten to the mid-20s since the end of April, the VIX has popped back to the mid-high 30s. So keep that in mind, guys. Now, if the VIX breaks under, let's say, 24, maybe it does go back down to the 20s, maybe, or lower 20s. Maybe it goes to the teens even, which if it gets to the teens, that could be an opportunity. I'm not saying to do this for sure. I'm not telling you guys what to do, but if the VIX does get down to, let's say, 18, 19, 20 even, maybe it'd be time to look at something like an SQQQ or an SPXS, which is, you know, those are ETFs, leveraged ETFs, which are very risky, by the way. But if you know what you're doing, you can trade those and make money during a downturn, right? Or during red in the markets, which, judging on the VIX, each time we've gotten to about 20, 25 in the past couple of weeks, months, like I said, we have had red in the markets after that. You know, it's not going to happen for sure, but you guys kind of know what I'm saying, right? So keep your eyes on the VIX, and when it comes to SPY, you got to watch the 4-hour 180 SMA. Yes, we've rallied a good amount over the past couple of weeks, but you guys can see, based on last week's close on Friday, we ended up closing under the 180 SMA and under the highs from the end of June, right around 390 to about 395. So this needs to break. If you're a bull in the markets and you want more upside, you got to see SPY break 390, 395, and quite honestly, into the 400s. And this week, we have the CPI data coming out on Wednesday at 8:30 on the East Coast AM. That's an hour before the market opens, if you guys didn't know that. And that, of course, is going to fluctuate the markets up or down. Now, if we have the VIX, this is going to be an interesting week, guys. Let's say we have the VIX at a 2022 heading into that CPI data and we get worse inflation than expected. It's almost, I'm not going to say a guaranteed sell-off, but I'd be pretty confident we're going to get some sort of red at that point, considering SPY's gone from 362 in just the past 3 weeks to about 388. It's ran up 7% in just the past 3 weeks, and we had QQQ. Let's see where that was about 3 weeks ago. It was at 269, and now it's at 295. This thing is up about 10% in just 2 to 3 weeks. Keep that in mind, guys. That is a pretty big move in just 2 to 3 weeks. And QQQ is right under the highs from the end of June, like SPY is, as well. And QQQ's got to break 300. That's why I have my alert here. If you're a bull and you want to see more upside, QQQ's got to break $300. Then from there, okay, maybe we go 315, maybe 320, but we're not fully getting that breakout quite yet. And of course, with that CPI number coming out, it's a toss-up, guys. It's up in the air. And I got a bunch of comments asking me about the CPI data. I mean, take a quarter, take a penny, take a nickel, flip it, and that's your that's what's going to happen. Nobody knows what is going to happen after the CPI report, but we're going to be covering it here on the channel, guys. We'll see how the markets react to it, so make sure to subscribe if you haven't done so already, and hit that like button while you're at it if you do find value in these videos. It helps me out overall in the YouTube algorithm. And I was going to break down Bitcoin and Ethereum in this video, but I checked it just before, and Bitcoin's at 21.7 right now. And by the way, I'm filming this video on Saturday, so I figured by the time you watch this in 24 hours after I'm filming this, Bitcoin and Ethereum, they're going to be probably not vastly different, but they're going to be at a different price. So I figure there's no point in me covering it right now. But on Saturday at 6:45 p.m. here, when I'm filming this, BTC is right around 21.67, and I think Ethereum was 11 something. I forget exactly, but yeah, we'll cover that, Bitcoin, Ethereum, in the next video. So with that being said, guys, we have a big week this week. Earnings are starting to come back in. We have banks reporting. We have some airlines, some healthcare. So before we dive into the earnings, which you guys got to stick on throughout this entire video, let's talk about Tesla and Twitter. Right now, Tesla is completely breaking out on news that Elon Musk is trying to back out of his $44 billion deal to buy Twitter, which we'll talk about here in a couple of minutes, or really just in 1 minute. But first, let's take a look here at Tesla. Tesla had a 2.5% green day on Friday. Very nice day for Tesla. And now it's completely, well, I don't want to say completely, but it's starting to gain some steam to the upside. It's starting to break out. You guys can see we're trading at multi-week highs. We're above the wedge, moving averages, all that good stuff on the 4-hour chart. But we are not quite yet out of the high from the beginning of June, being around $800. So if that point breaks this week, which if we have a good Monday, Tuesday, maybe we do get some more green in the markets. If we break 775, 800 on Tesla, there could be more upside. You guys know how this goes. And this is, it's a very, I don't want to say time sensitive, but Tesla and Twitter right now, it's very relative in the news. So if we get news that Elon Musk could actually back out, he successfully did it without litigation, which is not going to happen. I mean, we'll talk about that in a little bit, but we'll see. I mean, if things are not messy, Tesla might run up even more. But if things get messy, I don't know. It's up in the air. Again, get that quarter, flip it, heads, tails. You pick you pick what you want to do, right? So Tesla, yeah, it's breaking out, but we're not quite yet out of $800. So let's go over here to Twitter. So Twitter, he said he was going to buy it for. They agreed for what, $54.20. This was back in April. You guys can see we shot up like crazy on that day, those couple of days in the early days of April. Twitter went from 36 or actually no, $39 to $55, and now look at it. It's back to $35, under where it was when you know what I mean, right? It's under where it was before Elon Musk said he's going to buy the company. So right now, like I said, on Friday, he is backing out. He's trying to back out of his $44 billion deal to buy Twitter, and he's citing continued disagreements over the number of spam accounts on the platform. And that's something that was discovered. Millions of fake freaking bot accounts on Twitter. And let's be honest, are we surprised? I'm not surprised. This is something that it should not have come out of left field. It makes sense. A lot of fake bot accounts on Twitter, and maybe Elon Musk didn't suspect that, or maybe he went into this deal to expose Twitter. Who knows? I mean, that's a theory as well. Let me know your thoughts in the comments on that, guys. But overall, while Elon Musk may want to end his bid for Twitter, it's not as easy as just walking away, according to legal experts. And by the way, I'm not a legal expert. This is not legal advice, or you know what I mean, right? I'm not a lawyer. Instead, Musk likely faces a long battle ahead with Twitter in court that could actually take many months to resolve. So this is not just like Twitter or Elon is going to be like, yeah, well, I don't want to do it anymore. I'm just going to walk away now. See you guys later. It's over. It's not like that, guys. It's going to be a little bit more messy than that. A lot more messy. Way more messy, right? And Twitter's chairman, Brett Taylor, has already promised that the company's board will take legal action against Musk. So they're coming for Elon. They are coming for Elon. The Twitter board is committed to closing the transaction. And this is, I think Taylor said this. Yeah, the chairman. He said the Twitter board is committed to closing the transaction on the price and terms agreed upon with Mr. Musk and plans to pursue legal action to enforce the merger agreement, Taylor wrote in a tweet, and Twitter might agree to a minor change in the deal of $54.20 per share in order to avoid litigation, Lipton said. So they're going to maybe renegotiate where Elon would want to buy the company. So maybe not $54.20, maybe $50 a share, maybe 45. Who the heck knows, right? But they probably will renegotiate, and that may not please the Twitter shareholders who liked the first offer. And if I was a Twitter shareholder, which I'm not, I've never owned Twitter, nor do I plan on holding it. But if I was, I would be pretty mad about this as well. But I mean, let's be honest. Who's surprised? Is anybody surprised when this deal came out initially? We all knew it wasn't 100% sure to go through. I mean, come on, right? So, yeah, pretty much that's it, guys. The purchase price, wait a second. Yeah, the purchase price represents a 38% premium to the company's $39.31 closing price on April 1st. The purchase price being $54.20 a share. And you can see clearly here that Twitter shares right now are... Where are they? They hit $33 in the aftermarket on Friday, and they're hovering at about $35 according to that aftermarket closing price on Friday. So, yeah, I mean, at this point, I'm going to grab my popcorn. I'm going to watch this play out. I'm not touching Twitter, but it's going to be fun watching it play out. Is Elon going to be able to get out of this and pay? I think he has to pay a $1 billion fine or something like that, or is that Twitter? I forget. No, I think that's Elon. Either way, you guys got to look deeper into it, right? I'm here on vacation. I haven't had too much time to dive into the nitty gritty of everything, but I will do that when I get back home. But yeah, it's going to be crazy. Let me know your thoughts in the comments on that, guys. And now let's talk about some other stocks, some of which are reporting earnings on or in this week. Number one is ENPH, which isn't reporting earnings, but this chart looks really good in my opinion, guys. It's getting ready for a breakout. Look on Friday. ENPH, ticker symbol ENPH, went up almost 5% on the day, on a day where the markets, like I mentioned earlier in the video, the markets were flat pretty much on Friday. So we had a nice day on ENPH, and look at where it closed, right under 221.5 roughly dollars a share, which has been a resistance for about 3 months since the beginning of April. So if we do crack above, let's say 220 on ENPH, and we have an ascending triangle here, by the way, look at that. There's a wide open gap, in my opinion, towards 280. Now, is it going to go straight to 280 in 2-3 days, one day? Most likely not. But over the course of a couple of weeks, maybe a couple of months, that's where the breakout could take it. So for me, guys, I'm going to set my alert right now. Let's do that quickly. Mark is at or above $220 a share. Mark is at or above 220. So if it breaks out of there, I'm going to be alerted on Monday, and we'll be able to trade it, or I'll be able to trade it. I'm not telling you guys what to do. You got to do your own research. The next one here is Regeneron Pharmaceuticals. This one up 2.3% on the day Friday, and this is not as great of a chart, not nearly as great of a chart as ENPH, but it is starting to gain some momentum. Volume's not really kicking up, but we did have about a 2% green day on Friday. We broke out of the 50 SMA, and now we're at a big resistance right under the 180 SMA on this 4-hour chart and at the top of this channel, as you guys can see based on this oval that I drew out. So if Regeneron breaks out of, let's say, 650, 660, 75, rough, more like 650, I'll put my alert there. That could be a point where, okay, we break the channel, and now we might be moving up towards the 700. So REGN, keep your eyes on it. Tencent, TCEHY, Chinese stock. This is one that I'm watching as well. You guys can see we have a clear channel on the 4-hour chart. We've been trading in this channel for a good almost 4 months. Pretty much 4 months. And now we've sold off a little bit. Tencent's gone from $51. Now it's at $44. It's down about 15% in the past roughly month, and it's more towards the bottom of the channel. You can clearly see that. So if we start getting, let's say, momentum, buying pressure above maybe 47.50 on Tencent, let me set my alert there right now. Mark is at or above 47.50. there could be a move towards 50 plus bucks again. I'm telling you guys, this channel looks pretty good. And the Chinese stocks, well, at least some of the Chinese stocks have cooled off a little bit recently. And I'm not convinced that the run in these Chinese stocks is over. And look at Alibaba. Alibaba is another one. It closed at 120 bucks, 21 bucks roughly a share on Friday. And what do we have here? We have an ascending triangle. Clear as freaking day, guys. Look at that. Clear as day, ascending triangle on Baba. I'm telling you, it's only a matter of time, in my opinion, that Baba breaks 125, 130, and then it erupts to the mid-hundreds. I think that's coming. And now, I'm not saying it's coming tomorrow, or not tomorrow. Well, I'm filming this Saturday. When you're watching it, it's Sunday. I'm not saying it's coming this week, next week, but at some point, I think it's coming. And I'm personally in Alibaba. That's one of my, I have two Chinese stocks. It's my biggest individual Chinese stock holding, Alibaba is, and then NIO is my second one. I've held that stock for probably years at this point, a couple of years at least. I forget exactly. I think it was like 2018-19 when I first bought NIO. And Alibaba has been a more recent purchase over the past couple of months. So watch out for that. We have Pepsi, PEP, reporting this week. Pepsi is obviously a big company, right? And this stock's run up a lot recently, from 155 to 170. It's up 10% in just the past month. So for this stock to keep moving higher, they're going to have to knock it out of the park, in my opinion. I would be careful with Pepsi here. We're also at a big resistance at 170 from the late month of May. Late days of May, rather. So if we do somehow break, let's say 175 and continue this rally, okay, maybe we do go to 180, which was that high from, when was that? The end of April, but I'm not completely banking on that, guys. I'd be careful. Again, this thing has run up 10% in the past month. I'd be careful with it, but I'm covering it here because they report earnings. I'm putting it on your radar. They are on the 12th in the morning, which the 12th is what? Tuesday? Yeah, Tuesday on July 12th in the morning, Pepsi's reporting. We also have DAL, Delta Airlines. Let's pull that up quickly. And if you guys are still here tuning in, hit that like button. Again, it helps me out in the YouTube algorithm, and my freaking nose is itching. I'm not picking my nose, guys. I'm itching my nose. Give me a second. There we go. DAL, we have them reporting on the 13th, which is Wednesday, 9 a.m. So they're in the morning. So now we're getting these airlines, reporting, which you guys have heard. Airlines have been, it's been crazy. Travel demand is through the roof right now, and there's a lot of cancellations, this, that, the third. So I'm very interested to see what these airlines report. And unlike Pepsi, right, which has run up a lot in the past month, DAL's gone down a lot in the past month. A lot. We're talking $10 a share. The stock's down 25%. So they might, who knows, if they surprise, there could be a run in DAL. There could be a nice run of 10, 15%, maybe not 15%, but maybe back towards the mid-30s. That's where I could see this thing going. We also have banks this week. JP Morgan, they report on, let's see here, the 14th, which is Thursday, before the market. We also have Wells Fargo, which is a stock that I used to own a couple years ago. Lost my you-know-what on it. I've told you guys on that before, or I told you guys about that before. They're reporting this week. Let's see here. Yeah, that's on Friday before the market opens. And then we have, what else? Morgan Stanley this week. MS is the ticker. They report on Thursday before the market. And then we have good old United Health Group, ticker symbol UNH, which this chart setup looks really good. And it's breaking out. We have the Golden Cross. This might be going to the mid 500s. We have earnings for UNH on the 15th, Friday, before the market. And before we wrap this video up, this chart right here, pay attention, right? Breaking out of the channel, Golden Cross, all that stuff. This is what Regeneron could end up, this is how Regeneron could end up playing out. We have the downward channel, but we haven't broken out quite yet like on UNH. So that's why I'm watching Regeneron, and again, UNH and all the other ones that I mentioned in this video. It's going to be a very fun week this week, guys, and I am excited to get back to, the normal grind, although I am enjoying vacation, but it's going to be fun getting back, making videos, looking at the markets, trading, doing all that stuff. So with that being said, if you enjoyed this video, hit that like button, drop me a comment, let me know your thoughts, subscribe, join my Patreon, that's linked down below. If you didn't know that, it's linked down below. Make sure to also get your 10 stocks from Moomoo, each up to $2,500 with a $100 deposit, and you can get, I'm freaking sweating, guys, and you can get 6 stocks from Webull with any amount deposited. All of those are linked down below, and with that being said, cheers, guys. I'll catch you in the next video. Peace out.